Welcome to Shooby Dooby Doo-Up, a podcast where we talk about pop music, specifically by deep diving a randomly chosen UK top 10 singles chart from the past. I'm James Cook.
I'm Andy Robinson, and which top 10 singles chart from the past randomly selected are we looking at this week?
It is the 24th of September 2022, our most recent, most modern chart that we've talked about. We're already halfway through. We have talked about the numbers 10 through 6. If you haven't listened to the first part yet, I mean, just go and listen to it. It's really good.
Yes. Also, check out our playlist attached so we know what we're banging on about. Not only does it make me and James clear, also, it's a great top 10.
Is it?
Sort of.
It's got ups and downs.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. The links are in the description. There's a YouTube one and a Spotify one. But here's a quick recap of what we've covered so far. Down to number 10, it's Doja by Central C.
How can it be homophobic? His bitch is gay.
Up to number 9, it's Big City Life by Lude and Matafix.
Reminding us to not let the system get us down.
Up 1 to number 8, it's Under the Influence by Chris Brown.
He's on the cough syrup.
Down 1 to number 7, it's Not Over Yet by KSI featuring Tom Grennan.
Very much personally how I felt about this record whilst playing. It's not over yet, and I wished it was.
And up 1 to number 6, it's Ferrari by James Hype / Miggy Della Rosa.
Or 2022's Chirpy Chirpy Jeep Jeep. As always, you can listen to all of these songs and the ones we're about to bang on about, and another half a dozen which feature in the playlist, James, for what we like to call bonus tracks for our Patreons.
Yes, that's right. Our Patreon backers get a whole other episode every week. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/ShoobyPodcast and sign up to become a Patreon backer.
Number 5.
It's a non-mover at number 5. It's Nicki Minaj, and she's a super freaky girl.
It's only a number 5 in the UK. It's a number 1 in the United States. We should say, first of all, that it samples
Super Freak by Rick James,
which never ever charted in the UK, but because of some bizarre reason, we have talked about it in the bonus tracks of when we did an American chart.
That's right, the 1 week we did an American top 10. Oh.
What other famous rap song samples Super Freak by Rick James?
MC Hammer.
Yeah, what was it called?
You can't touch this.
Yeah, and this is very much the opposite of that, isn't it?
Yeah, Nicki Minaj is not so bothered.
Yeah,
about touching it. In fact, She's encouraging touching it.
Yes, she wants to do a lot of things.
Go on, go through some of them.
I'd rather not. I'm a gentleman.
I'm going to do it then since I'm not a gentleman. Over the Rick James backing, Nicki is claiming she can lick it, she can ride it while you're slipping and sliding, she can do all them little tricks and keep the dick up inside it, you can smack it, you can grip it, you can go down and kiss it, and every time he leave me alone, he'd always tell me he miss it. He wants a F-R-E-E-E-E-A-K. Freaky girl. I love Nicki Minaj, James. I approve of her music just generally, you know.
What is it you like?
I like her. Chutzpah, as we mentioned in part 1, with Central C. He puts a little cheeky line in to keep your interest. Nicki Minaj puts all cheeky lines in to keep your interest.
Yes. Let's describe Nicki Minaj as cheeky. I mean, you see her cheeks quite a lot in the video.
She's the one thing about her is she's the baddest alive. Now, the mention of being the baddest spoilers, we're going to do in this top 5 with another record. So, you know, it's another record of Braggadocio, a Rodomontade, you know, a big showing off vibe.
There's a world of difference, isn't there, between baddest and worst?
Yeah. Because what the F, this ain't Chanel, a word that is not mine to use, a lot of that going on. Like what the F, this ain't Burberry, because it feels stupid us censoring Nicki Minaj, James. Do you think we're doing the right thing?
But anyway, does she have to use so many cuss words?
She's effing and jeffing a fair bit.
Yeah.
Could you throw it back while you touch the ground? Then he said, do that pussy purr. I said, yup, meow. Come on.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, she could be talking about a cat. She could be. Do you know how this song came about?
No.
The people who owned the rights, or at least a portion of the rights to Super Freak by Rick James, an organisation called the Hypnosis Songs Fund, they were looking for people to sample it, you know, so that they could make more money from the portfolio. Hypnosis, by the way, is now called Recognition and is owned by Blackstone Inc., a $1.2 trillion investment management company that includes Butlins. and loads of other stuff. But Butlins is one of the things they own. Yeah, so basically that's where the track comes from, a desire to make money from Rick James's back catalogue.
A great motivation in pop music.
Yeah, despite the fact that Rick James has been dead for 18 years at the time this comes out, his Twitter account said that this song was a banger.
Yeah, I agree.
When do you think they used a Ouija board to get that from Rick James? I mean, I think he would like it.
Yeah. Do you not like this record, James? Are you immune to the charms of the Minaj? Too dirty for you? Do you find it all a little unnecessary?
I find it a bit obvious, you know. It's a bit kind of, you know, people who use subtext are cowards.
Right.
But it was Nicki Minaj's first single release for 3 years. Why?
Contractual obligation?
No, she had been pregnant. And she said, I couldn't bring myself to put out a song about pussy and dicks and sucking and eating. I couldn't bring myself to put a record out like that while my son was growing in my body.
All right. Yeah,
But as soon as he was out...
Yeah, she's back on your usual Minaj game. All right, then.
This song was sort of debuted on her social media, and on TikTok, there was a poll to decide what the track should be called. Should it be called A, He Want a Freaky Girl, B, Super Freaky Girl, spoilers, that wins, or C, Nick James? When they counted up the votes, Nick James had the most votes.
Yeah.
But that was just completely ignored.
Yeah.
This is Boaty McBoatface all over again.
Freaky McFreakface is Nicki Minaj's take on life. It's the one record with self-referencing this week. I think that's fair to say.
Yep. And very specific parts of the self are referenced.
So in many ways, is it Nicki Minaj's best record? I'm going to say no, but it's got its charms if you're into her, whatever you want to call it, her joie de vivre she promotes all the time. I looked her up, didn't I, James, this week in our feature? Do you want to do the jingle?
No.
I'll do it then. I typed Nicki Minaj into Google, see what she's been up to. She has been up to a lot. Nicki Minaj, again, is not the typical pop star, I'm going to say, James. Why? Why would this be?
I don't know.
At time of recording, did you see the thing about Donald Trump and his USA 250 concert?
Oh, it's to celebrate the 250th birthday of the American Constitution. I don't know, actually. What is it commemorating? 1776 is when they signed the Declaration of Independence. That's what it is.
That's it.
250 years ago, yeah.
He had the concert lined up, didn't he? Loads of artists apparently agreed to. I mean, you've got to question it, because to celebrate the USA in its 250th year of whatever, who would you expect? Springsteen? Maybe? You know?
Who are the big American artists?
Two of the artists are due to appear at this gig were CNC Music Factory and Milli Vanilli. So
who are German, aren't they?
So there's that. They pulled out immediately. The only person who's said they'd still do it was Vanilla Ice.
Okay.
And then Donald Trump pulled the gig, said everybody, even though he'd booked them, apparently were rubbish and they were no good anyway. So he's going to have a big rally. Yeah?
Yeah.
So no pop stars want to be associated with Donald Trump is my point. However, Nicki Minaj, she loves him.
Does she?
Yeah. She's always going on about how good she is. I watched a few things this week.
He's going on about how good she is, or she's going on about how good he is?
She's going on about how good he is.
Yeah.
She's a big MAGA supporter. Now, people are saying part of the reason that she's trying to get in with Donald Trump, I suppose, was because her family, a lot of her fella and I think her brother have been arrested in terms of SA, if you know what I mean.
So she thinks he can give them a pardon.
Yeah, she wants everybody pardoned, and he might well do it.
Mm.
So she's not going the usual pop star route, is my point. But just by saying I like Donald Trump, that's unusual.
Is she doing the concert?
No.
No,
she was never asked. I mean, if someone says I love you and you're going to get the family off, at least put your name down to do the concert, Nicki, rather than Milli Vanilli miming along. She's Trump's number one fan, and she says about Donald Trump that he has his own vibe and compares him to Marilyn Monroe
In what way?
just because he's got his own vibe like Marilyn did.
Doesn't mean anything.
Shush. You don't question Nicki Minaj's take on common sense. You just accept it. Watch a video.
Yeah.
It's like a porno Barbie, isn't it?
Hooray. Good. That's what the world needs, isn't it?
A little bit like Chris Brown we did in part 1. She has got a member of the opposite sex fawning all over. However, the fellow in this video, this Alexander Ludwig Bjorn Ironside, who is in the TV show Vikings, a lot of people loved him for that. He's not the dominant man in this relationship in this video. Is he sitting at her feet while she's bossing him around? Really charming, if charming's the right word for this record, I felt.
Why was there controversy at the Grammys about this song?
Because it's so dirty.
No, it's because it was placed in the pop category and not the rap category.
Okay.
So it ended up not getting any nominations. How many categories there are at the Grammy Awards?
Tellingly, I've got something coming up for another record later on that makes me think there must be loads.
Yeah, 96 at the moment. There are 96 categories at the Grammy Awards.
Amazing.
So it's incredible that we haven't won one.
Yeah.
Where's our Grammy?
We're just going to win grannies, I think, if you know what I mean.
No idea what you mean.
You heard of the concept in improv, yes and?
No.
All right, then. We put out a quiz, didn't we, James, on social media this week? Yes and. Ask me yes and I can
Yes, and we did.
And we asked our listeners and viewers, who weirdly are a lot of pop stars, what other kind of girl could Nicki Minaj sing about rather than a super freaky one? We're offering 1 million pop points to everybody who joins in. We got Mika on the speaker, and he's saying to a big girl she's beautiful.
Aqua reckons the answer's about a Barbie who's living in a Barbie world.
Jason Derulo believes he knows when he says a girl could be it.
Hall & Oates have checked their notes to say a girl they know is both rich and a bitch.
Sean Kingston's ringing in again to say he's suicidal because his beautiful girl will never be his wife.
Gary Puckett's having none of it and saying to a young girl she should get out of his life.
George Harrison is banging on again to say to a girl that in the way she moves, there's something.
And Britney Spears is full of ideas and is just reminding everybody that they should be aware that although she is not a girl, but on the other hand, neither is she yet a woman.
Who do you think should win 1 million pop points for that suggestion?
Gary Puckett and his Union Gap.
Very rarely does he get points for that point of view.
Number 4.
It's a non-mover at number 4. It's I Ain't Worried by One Republic.
Republicans, we've just been talking about them.
So I was listening to this and I was going, this is quite good. This is quite upbeat and jaunty. And then I thought, hang on, this is Young Folks by Peter, Bjorn and John.
Yes, it has that intro, doesn't it? Essentially, it's a 4-chorder going round and round. I don't be told. You know, that's it all the way through. Relentless.
We are the Young Folks. By the way, Peter, Bjorn and John are credited songwriters on this song.
So I learned
because
on
of the
YouTube,
similarities.
when everyone was pointing out the obvious similarities, that's good then. So One Republic, Ryan Tedder is not trying to claim he wrote this.
Yeah, and well, apparently they had written it and they were playing it and they went, this sounds a bit like that. we should really come clean and say it sounds a bit like that, which is fine. What movie is it in?
It featured heavily, and did you watch video?
Yep.
Lots of clips from the sequel to Top. What's it called? Maverick.
Yep. Top Gun Maverick. IMDb rating 8.2. Have you seen it?
I did watch Maverick. I'd never seen the original Top Gun,
Neither have I.
and yet
since,
it was good, wasn't it?
I thought it was a really well-made, dumb movie. It makes no sense.
What, Maverick?
Yeah.
Go on.
They go to war at the end. Who against?
Well, I mean, you could argue that in the real world, that's very relevant to exactly America fighting at the moment themselves. A bit like KSI in part 1.
Yeah. It's like all the way through, you go, there's no sense at all that anyone is at war with anyone. And then they go, right, we have to go to war now. And no one says who they're fighting or where they're fighting. There's just kind of there are some baddies. Let's go and get the baddies. We'll just assume they're the bad ones.
Also, Val Kilmer's in it because he appeared in the original Top Gun. Kelly McGillis, who appeared in the original Top Gun, is not in it, which I thought was a bit of a shame. I mean, heaven forbid that Tom Cruise should have a relationship with a woman his own age.
It's Jennifer Connelly, isn't it?
Yes.
I'm going to look up how old she is now.
Okay, you're going to do the difference. All right, then. I like it when you do that, James. It's a daft film, but it's a lot of fun. So and I'd say the same about this record. It's daft, but a lot of fun. Ryan Tedder,
I think that's a pretty good...
The record is all about how it's best not to worry. That's its central theme.
Mm-hmm.
Aladdin 3241, I can relate to this. He says on YouTube comments, I've been singing this song way too much this summer for a guy who worries about everything too much. And I think this is a good point. You have these pop records sometimes, especially the ones, I'm thinking of Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, yeah? I've got no problem. I can just live my life. Now, I'm a very petty man, James, who gets troubled by things. So this comment by Aladdin 3241 I can relate to. My friend once said to me, bearing in mind how much you like Shake It Off by Taylor Swift, you don't seem to ever be able to apply it. So, you know.
And I Ain't Worried is a very easy sentiment for millionaire pop stars to sing about. Yeah. Tom Cruise is 8 years older than Jennifer Connelly, which in movie terms is nothing.
My apologies. I cast aspersions on Tom. My apologies. All right, then.
Apparently, Tom Cruise turned down about 30 songs for the soundtrack until he heard this one and liked it.
Yeah.
And which bit of the film does it feature in?
I would guess because of the video. I mean, it's weird with Top Gun, the first one. I've never seen it, yet I felt I knew all the references to it in part two, even though, you know. So is it the beach volleyball scene?
It's beach American football in the sequel. It's volleyball in the first one. Yes, the not at all homoerotic scene where fighter pilots play American football on the beach. But Ryan Tedder said he wrote the song with the characters in mind, relaxing and having fun in the scene for the first time in those 2 hours of film. You know, in the war that's going on, apparently, against someone. Against the baddies. There was another song from Top Gun Maverick.
What's that?
Lady Gaga's Hold My Hand.
Okay, I don't remember that one either.
That only got to number 24 in the charts, but was nominated for the Oscar, and this one wasn't.
Okay, despite being 20 better?
Well, actually 21 better because it gets to number 3.
Okay. That's how we measure stats and facts. And yeah, what I mean, you know, like I say, Ryan Tedder, we've discussed him in the past with whatever record that was. This one is more joyous, I suppose.
Yeah, that one sounded like Coldplay. This one sounded like Peter, Bjorn and John.
Yeah.
Number 3.
It's a non-mover at number 3, and it was a former number 1. It's Eliza Rose with BOTA.
/ Interplanetary Criminal.
Sorry, Eliza Rose and Interplanetary Criminal. Who is the producer, the beat maker, the fella behind this operation?
Zach Bruce did the instrumentation and then sent it to Eliza for her to work on.
She put the top line on it, didn't she? She wrote the melody and the words. I've loved this record this week, James.
Oh, I'm delighted that you have. It samples Lisa and Cult Jam's 1991 track Let the Beat Hit 'Em.
Okay.
It's got to number 17.
I also read someone on YouTube reckons it sampled Happiness by Sound Design. I don't know either of them records.
Okay. Yeah. And what significant position does this song hold in the history of the United Kingdom?
Significant?
Yeah.
I do not know.
Well, it's a former number 1. So when was it the number 1?
When the Queen died?
Yes, this was the number 1 when the Queen died. And in many ways, Queen Elizabeth II, she was the baddest of them all, wasn't she?
Are we bearing in mind her grandson at this point? He's pretty bad.
Well, bad means good, you see.
Oh, I see, yeah. Not him then.
Yeah.
Is he the goodest of them all then?
No, it doesn't work the other way around, oddly. What was number 1 when the Queen ascended to the throne?
I don't know. These are good facts about the beloved Queen. We miss you. I don't know. When that be? 52? Number 1. Nothing was number 1 because of no charts.
That's absolutely right, Andy. Yes.
Trying to catch me out. I know your rhythms now.
The Queen's reign predated the first charts by about 9 months. So until this song, every song had been a number 1 under the Queen's reign. And this was the last one.
The Queen invented the charts.
She did. Which is why Bohemian Rhapsody has been such a big hit.
Yeah. How do you feel the Queen would have related to Super Freaky Girl by Nicki Minaj?
Well, in many ways, the Queen was the nation's super freaky girl.
Yeah, I'd like to say to Philip, get down and lick it.
Yeah, she had enough kids.
I'm intrigued by the concept of Eliza Rose, especially. First of all, this record, what's she saying in this?
It's another one of those songs that's like, I'm right, brilliant me.
Yeah. Delivered with panache and charm. It's over a simple backing, isn't it? Of it's got a lovely one of them chords and so it's going on. That is not the way this record sounds. I mean, we are allowed to play records on this podcast, aren't we, James? But for some reason, we think that's a better way of demonstrating it. So that's pretty. She's strutting around saying she's the baddest of them all and all that kind of thing. Now, I watched an interview with Eliza Rose because it came up after I watched the video, which is great, actually, the video. Did you watch it?
Yep.
She's got a brilliant hat in it.
Yeah, there's a good hat.
So in this, a little bit like Chris Brown, she's slipped something. She's on some drug in this weird nightclub. It's a very appealing video. A bit disturbing, I'm going to say, in a cartoony kind of way. She looks great, Eliza Rose. I'm obsessed with Eliza Rose because this interview that came up after I watched the video, she was great on it. She's on some radio station in Sydney. Do you know, she's an underground DJ. She said, we just made this record for a laugh. It was printed and released as an independent release and got picked up on, got to number 1 under the reign of the Queen. She's wrote a book. She's said she's going to open a record shop where people don't have to feel, what's a good word for it, intimidated by the usual record store nonsense, you know.
So how is she going to make that happen?
She's just going to do it because she's optimistic in life.
She's going to run around going, stop intimidating people. Stop it.
She put forward the idea that why only be confined to one thing in life? You know, you can try other stuff as well. That's a good notion. I always like it when someone says that. Do you know where she got the title from this song from? The I don't know, the idea behind it?
Of course I do.
Go on. It's good, isn't it?
It's inspired by a poster for the 1973 blaxploitation movie Coffee, starring Pam Grier, IMDb rating 6.8, which said, the baddest one-chick hit squad that ever hit town. And in many ways, doesn't that describe Queen Elizabeth II?
What I liked about this is she said she was recording the verses, which are beautiful, and then she said the microphone broke, so she had to go to a fella's house to do, because she was on one. She was bitten by the curse of creativity. And then she said the second bit, when she was in her boyfriend's house, he had this poster. So I like this notion that even under adversity, she can't help but be creative, this woman. I'm into her. I think she was great. Her spirit and her interview was brilliant.
Creative or reading?
What do you mean?
She read it off a poster.
I'll be quiet, you know. Beatles, here they are, James. Benefit for Mr. Kite, isn't it? John Lennon in his laziness, he just sort of had a poster for a fair, an old one, and wrote Benefit Mr. Kite from it. So, you know, it comes from a tradition. The song makes me feel, you know, you do get a little notion of, I feel quite bad myself, actually, when this is going on. I think it's uplifting. Other people feel this. Cella Bella on YouTube says, I danced to this song instead of paying my credit card bills. You all know that feeling. Welcome 6304 says, as a straight male, this song makes me feel like a model walking down the catwalk with an absurd amount of confidence. Server Veld on YouTube says, I love this comment, this got loads of likes. The kind of song that be playing an H&M while you're trying on new jeans.
That's a very good description.
Isn't
Apparently, though, Andy, were you at Glastonbury in 2022?
Yes. No, was I? I can't remember. Was the one? Who was
well,
on
that's
the bill?
what they say, weren't they? If you can remember being at Glastonbury in 2022, you probably weren't there.
Who was on the bill?
No idea. I don't go to them.
Yeah,
But what I heard was that loads of DJs at Glastonbury in 2022 were playing this song, and it became a huge hit at the festival.
Yeah, I mean, she talks about this. The interviewer says, what's it like having this song? And she says she heard it in a wig shop while she was buying a wig, and she ended up going to the woman, I sing this, and the woman was looking at her like she was mad. said she heard it from car windows. It must be lovely if you made a record to hear it enter the consciousness that way.
But if the shopkeepers aren't going to believe you, that means anyone could do it. We should do it next time we're in a shop and we hear a song. We should go and go, we're singing this.
Next time we're in Greg's.
Yeah.
I'm just
like, you're not Bananarama.
I'm just looking at the lineup for 2022 Glastonbury. It was Paul McCartney was there. So yes,
you were there.
So to bring it back to part one, Tom Grennan covered it for Live Lounge. We've already seen him. So there he is singing a modern classic.
Yeah, you think this is a modern classic?
Very much.
Oh, good. I'm not going to disagree. I mean, I thought it was all right. You know, it's a dancey song, in it? It's a dance track. You put it on. You have a dance in the right context.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
This was a good. Fin on comments in YouTube says, the good thing about this record is I can fall asleep to it or I can dance at a party till 1 a.m. You know, you think that's a appealing record that can provoke both feelings in you.
Really? You'd fall asleep listening to this?
According to Fin. All right, then. This is
not
telling.
whale noise, is it?
All right, this is telling then. That's your attitude to Fin's comment. Everyone else's is what kind of shit party you actually if it finishes at 1 a.m. So you got a right pile on Fin on YouTube comments. So I like this record by Eliza Rose. She was quite confident in this interview. I saw that the underground, to quote Girls Aloud, the sound of the underground was coming back. And she seemed like a force of nature. I hope she's happy, whatever she's doing.
Number 2.
Down one place to number 2, which means it was last week's number 1, maths fans. It's Forget Me by Lewis Capaldi.
I'm going to say this is Lewis Capaldi being as happy, upbeat.
Yeah.
And it's still a bit miserable.
Yeah. It's as happy and upbeat as we've heard him. He described it as, I meet lady leaves me, I whine about it in a pop song textbook. So he knows what he's doing.
This is why he's so appealing, Lewis Capaldi. Anytime you sort of might be tempted to give him a kick, and he's already done it to himself in a much more charming and humorous way.
So I'm listening to it and I'm going, I mean, this is fair enough, fine. But then you watch the video and all of a sudden it's really charming and fun.
All right, let's talk about the video straight away.
It's the best thing about the record because what he's done is a shot-for-shot remake of the Club Tropicana video by Wham with himself as George Michael.
Yes.
In the tiny swimming trunks and the titting around a pool.
A lot of people are encouraging him for his body positivity in YouTube comments. Go on, Lewis, you can do it. You show him.
Well, he is.
Well, not always afforded to the women, is it? That kind of attitude, you know? So,
well, maybe we'll talk about that a little bit in the bonus tracks. But yeah, it's so funny and charming. The video they basically have. Oh, all right, the song's fine.
So at the beginning, he's going something like. Me down around, baby. Something like that, isn't it? Maybe it goes on for a bit. Those chords, remember them? A, C sharp minor, baby. And then for a little bit, he breaks to a pre-chorus of whatever he's singing. And then the beautiful, if you like, chorus of "Man, you read it." Then and then you met me. Lot of doing that all the time. You know, it's as we just did with One Republic, which I couldn't be bothered to do. It goes round and round, very much the style of the early 20s songwriter. Tedious.
And it's called Forget Me,
which
made me think, is it going to be like Forget You by CeeLo Green, where there's another version?
Oh, yeah. F Me.
Called F Me.
Yeah.
Lewis Capaldi said, it's about a breakup I went through where after a year, the only real contact I had with my ex was seeing her post-me life play out on her Instagram.
Her what?
Post-me life. So her after splitting up with Lewis Capaldi.
I understand. My apologies.
Yeah. And she seemed like she was moving on and having the best time, thriving, and he hated it. That's what Instagram does, doesn't it? It makes you look like everyone else is having the best time.
I can't look at it. It makes me sad.
Yeah.
And it makes me hate people I like.
Yeah. By the way, we're on Instagram and we do not look like we're having the best time. So we're very much the antidote. So that's why you should follow us on Instagram.
All right. Well, like I say, maybe he got his own back on his whoever dumped him by being in Club Tropicana video, you know. Yeah. We like Lewis Capaldi. I don't like his records, let me say that. Everyone has a right to. Mention Nile Rodgers again in part 2, just because I don't like it. Everyone else does. That's loud and clear. We like Lewis Capaldi because his attitude. The fact that once upon a time, James, you told me he had his own pizza.
Yeah, he had his own range of pizzas rather than he had a pizza. We've all done that, mate.
So, yeah.
Do these lyrics feel rushed to you?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was, you know, I don't know. I don't want to give it a kicking, do I? Because obviously it's a massive hit. You'll probably tell me that this has been in the charts for ever since it was even first thought of or something daft. You know, he stays around forever, doesn't he, Lewis Capaldi?
But do the lyrics feel rushed, though?
Go on, give me an example.
Well, it's because he had tickets to go and see Scotland play Croatia at the Euros in 2022. So he was like, I've got to hurry up and write this song so I can go to the pub.
Didn't think he could go back after the match and finesse it.
No.
Right. Yeah.
And
maybe that's the right thing to do. It's got a urgency to this record for a Lewis Capaldi one, hasn't it? You know, it's upbeat enough. It's all right.
The music video, which we like and think is good, was released on September the 9th, 2022. Why is that date significant?
Do not know.
It was the day the Queen died.
Okay.
He said, imagine planning that release for months and then the biggest thing that could ever happen happened. He said, complaining that his music video release was being overshadowed by the death of the Queen.
Sounds like a pop star. There you go.
Yeah, like you would have been on the news. And Lewis Capaldi's video is the top story.
A comic said that to me once when, actually, about when the Queen died, gigs were cancelled weirdly, weren't they? Yeah. Stand-up gigs around the country. Some promoters and some venues decided the right thing to do was shut everything down.
Council-run venues all pulled their comedy gigs that weekend.
Yeah, really annoying. So we're doing a little bit what Lewis has done, complaining. Yeah. I heard a comic once in New York. He moaned on 9/11 that his gig didn't go ahead, which I thought was very...
Did you gig the day the Queen died?
No, I don't think so.
I did, because I was on the way to the gig when the story broke.
Yeah.
And I found out because a comedian texted me a joke about it. And
what was it? Can you remember the joke?
I can't remember the joke. It wasn't very good. And then I went to do a gig, and I was the opening act as well.
Did you talk about it?
Yeah, I had to.
What did you say? Can you remember?
The one thing I remember was the comp had been on, and there was an older guy in the audience. He was like in his 80s, sitting near the front. So when I went on, I just kind of turned to him and went, "You're the only one who's been through this before. What do we do?" But it was all right. I think people just wanted a night out, and you know, anyone who was completely heartbroken and bereft wouldn't have come to the comedy show, would they?
No, it was daft. I remember when Diana died, I was doing a gig that night, and it went really well. I was talking about it quite a lot. And then I thought, great, I've got 5 minutes of topical material here. Great, you know, typical comic. And then with the very same stuff, when I tried it maybe 2 days afterwards, because it was pretty cruel, you know, and everything. Well, you know, joking, wasn't I? But also what I realised, with all that material that worked on that night, 2 days later it didn't work because I felt the nation had kind of been told, if that's the right word, or the grief was so weird, wasn't it, with Diana, that, you know, I thought it was interesting in a way that you could make jokes about it on the night, but the day after that, no, she was a princess, you know. Anyway.
I remember I had a bit, and I was doing it the year after at Edinburgh, when I went to do the Edinburgh Fringe. I had a bit, and it was quite a whimsical thing. I think the premise of the bit was replacing Guy Fawkes night with a commemoration of Diana.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you get a dress and you fill it with a newspaper, and then at midnight you put it on a remote control car and crash it into a wall.
Okay, yeah.
But I used to do that, and it went okay. And then I did it one day, and there was a guy in the audience who looked like Prince William. And I'm convinced that my career's been held back because of that.
Yeah, that's right. The royals have put mockers on you.
Yeah.
Did you at any point say penny for the die?
Yes, of course. That was the joke. Yes.
All right, then.
Well done.
To drag it back onto Lewis Capaldi, hey, I did a little bit of Googling of Lewis Capaldi as well, James. Please do the jingle for me this time.
All right. What the hell's Lewis Capaldi doing?
At time of recording, he's announced a gig on July the 28th at the O2 Forum, and it's a free gig for primary caregivers.
Oh,
It's good. This is why we love him, Lewis Capaldi,
Yeah.
this type of behaviour.
is that annoying for you that here's a guy whose records you don't like at all, but you like him? And like every time you find out something he's done that you like, are you like, God, does it have to be you?
No, not at all. I like the dynamic. Like I said, I'm not moaning about Lewis Capaldi. It's churlish to do that. I don't like it. I want the biggest pop star in the world in some ways. No, I think he's such an interesting character. Like I say, his humour, his self-deprecation, his mental health issues. Yeah, keen on promoting them. If promoting's the right word, so I know he's an interesting fella for sure. Even if his records are not that.
The UK's number 1.
Up one to number 1. Is it its peak? Must
Yes,
be.
it does go.
Can
no
you go
higher.
anywhere else after number 1?
No.
It's I'm Good, bracket, blue, close bracket, by David Guetta and BB Rexa.
Yeah, so the noticeable thing about this song is that what they've done is they've taken blue brackets Bada Bee, Bada Bye by Eiffel 65, which was a number 1 in 1998, and they've changed the words.
So essentially, James, what David and BB are doing, they're going do 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 do. That's the intro. Do 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 do. I'm going to say David Guetta makes it sound a bit better than that. And then what the words again? Give me a quick thing. I'm good. Yeah, I'm feeling all right. Babe, I'm having the best effing night of my life, etc. And wherever it takes me, they're down for the ride. Don't you know I'm good? Yeah, I'm feeling all right. And the old record, the blue, the Eiffel 65 went, I'm blue. Something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, so you just have to change the words, and then you got a hit. So they could have had, I'm blue and I believe I will die. If I eat apple pie, I believe I will die. That could have been one.
Anything that rhymes with I, you say. I'm blue and I killed Lady Di. We've just been talking about her.
Again.
All right. So again, David Guetta. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the noise he makes, but this is a loud, stinking dance record again. And BB Rexa, I'm intrigued by her. Did you like her contribution to it?
What, doing the singing?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
I mean, that chord thing, you could say it's... I was thinking this. We've done a few of them chords. I didn't mention as much as I would have liked because I forgot. But that chord progression, so stupid, it ain't feeling all right, bad in the blue or whatever. And you could dismiss it for being oversimple, but there must be some way out of here, said the Joker to the... So Bob Dylan's a big nana as well for being repetitive. I can't get... And Jimi Hendrix.
And you too on Rattle and Hum. It still gets played loads, this, at like events and stuff. It was apparently performed at the 2022 World Cup closing ceremony, which is notable because both of the teams in that final, what colour were their kits?
Blue?
Yeah. Light blue and a dark blue.
Italy and who?
Yeah, France and Argentina.
All right.
No, not Italy. This was David Guetta's 7th and to date final UK number 1 and 28th and to date last UK top 10 hit. He is 54 years old when this comes out.
Yeah. What video?
Yeah, they're having a nice time, aren't they?
A lot of people saying how ripped David Guetta looks. BB Rexa looks great. Everyone looks great. They're all dancing around in a nightclub, loads of women about as per. David Guetta almost appearing. Well, he's the only man in there, really, isn't he? That must have been a good day at work for him.
Watching it straight after the Lewis Capaldi video, it does feel like, oh, you're doing it seriously. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And again, it recorded in 2017 originally, and they were never intending to release it as a single, but got popular on TikTok.
It's the thing, isn't it, in these charts, these records were never meant to be singles, whatever a single is these days, Yeah, just tracks that are popular, I guess. Yeah, it's a winner, though. I can see why people would like this one.
Yeah, and it takes an existing intellectual property and it does something with it. BB Rexha, this is her second of 2 UK top 10 hits. The other was In the Name of Love with Martin Garrix, which got to number 9 in 2016, which means her next one is due in 2030.
What I liked about BB Rexha again, and this record, like I say, it's a simple dance record. Listen to it, watch the video, you'll have a ball. But BB Rexha, when I looked into her a little bit, David Guetta, he's known as a legend of DJs, isn't he, of course. Now, BB Rexha seems to be a very keen writer. She wrote for loads of other people. She absolutely built herself up, I believe. And in the interview I saw, she's very keen on the notion of you've got to keep on writing. So that's always appeals to me when someone says that, James.
Mm.
And your cat, by the way, when your cat's saying, I'm going to do some writing.
Yeah, does this pussy purr? Never bloody shuts up.
She could have come along for Nicki Minaj, your cat, then.
Yeah, I know.
Perfect.
All right, meow. You're such a bloody cliche.
Watched both an interview with David Guetta and BB Rexha. Asked very different kind of questions, I thought, James. So David Guetta in this interview I watched, they're saying to him things like, what do you think about beat matching? He's very technical. What's the biggest mistake you made when you started? This is great from David Guetta. He said, do your own thing, but also remember the people in the room. He said he felt a lot of DJs at the moment were playing to their phone, trying to get clips. As comedians, I've seen that, certainly. Have you? Mm-hmm. People not bothered about that. So I thought this was good. Someone asked him, why do DJs always behave like the knobs are hot? The thing.
On the thing. All right. Okay. Yeah.
So he's getting all these kind of questions. Jennifer Hudson was interviewing BB Rexha. So talk about her writing. That was all pretty good. Now, what I liked about her, she played the trumpet. She'd studied opera. She came from Albanian family, built herself up and everything. Really interesting. You just presume, probably because of my dreadful patriarchal ways, I think this is interesting. So BB Rexha is a musician where you say the bass player in Coldplay or the Killers, everyone goes, oh, they're a proper band. But, they're only playing root notes by and large. So I thought this was good. Also, even Jennifer Hudson, do you want some of the questions that she asked BB Rexha, and you have to answer them?
I answer them as me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Jennifer Hudson. You're BB Rexha, and this is how you'd behave if you had to deal with some of the inanity, James, that pop stars have to deal with. Who are you most afraid to perform in front of?
Lions.
It was Mariah Carey for BB Rexha.
I think lions have got a bigger chance of biting your head off. Or maybe not, actually. Mariah can be quite fierce.
What's the worst date you've ever been on?
Probably September the 11th. That was probably a pretty bad date, wasn't it?
How old were you when you got your first kiss?
When I got my first kiss.
That's what Jennifer asked BB.
Are you asking me?
Yeah, why not? We're coming to the end now.
15.
Yeah, right then.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, is my point, isn't it? There to be. I saw Paul McCartney because of this album that I was listening to rather than this top 10. My apologies. They were making a big deal that he was on TikTok for the first time. He's going to be interviewed on TikTok. So I went on TikTok to have a look. And it made me think, what the hell am I doing here? Do you know the first question they asked Paul McCartney on TikTok when they trumpeted on how good it was going to be?
No.
What's your favourite colour?
Did he say blue? Did he say blue?
He did say blue.
It's the song. It's the power of this song. So there you have it. The most modern of our top 10s to date is the 24th of September 2022. You weren't keen on doing this date, that's fair to say, when it was originally generated.
When I first listened to it, I sent you a message going, I'm not liking this, but throughout the week, I've learned to love some of this.
Okay, that's good to know.
What's your favourite?
Oh, as I said, it's Big City Life by Lude and Matafix.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that too. Why don't you put what your favourite is or comment on below? You can either email us in. We don't do email anymore, do we?
Nah.
Shoobypodcast@gmail.com. You can if you want, though.
Yeah,
Facebook and Instagram. Put comments below. Also rate, subscribe, follow, share. Put a thumbs up. You know all the stuff people ask you. We want it.
And we've got 6 more songs coming up in our bonus tracks episode that we're doing for our Patreon backers. You can become one by going to patreon.com/ShoebyPodcast. And I'm going to say probably 6 better and more interesting songs coming up.
I'm really looking forward to the bonus tracks. As we mentioned, neither of us were overly familiar with this. I'm incredibly familiar, even with the songs you chose, James. I'm really looking forward to it.
So once again, thanks very much for listening. Please rate and review and share and subscribe and all of that stuff.
Yes, and in the meantime, whatever you do, shooby dooby doo up.
Bop, bop, shoo up.